What's up, guys? Gonna just have a little talk with you guys tonight while I sit here with my buddy Blaze. I'm gonna sit here and be feeding him some apples and peanut butter. Just gonna have a conversation with you guys while I do this. He loves apples and peanut butter. You know, some reason dogs have this fascination with peanut butter. So I'm gonna feed his spoiled butt while I talk to you guys. So guys, wanted to talk to you guys about something. See, some of you guys, it seems like you guys get the impression that maybe I like tell my family, about my financial situation and things of that nature, because people be, asking to borrow money and things of that nature. Because I want you guys to know I don't share my financial situation with my family members. I don't share my financial situation with my family members. My family members, they all know that I'm a saver and an investor. They know this. And even before I started investing my money, they knew I was a saver. Even back in the days when I was younger, I've always pretty much had good paying jobs. Always. So I always had money. Even though I spent it foolishly, I always had money, even back when I was younger, you know. So my family knows, they know I've been on my job for 15 years. They know I do well at my job. They know I'm paid well. I run a business. They know I've been there over 15 years. And they know I'm a saver. They know I'm an investor because I've tried to talk to them about doing the same things, about how to get their financial lives in order, you know? So of course, me talking about these things, they know I do these things, so they assume Frank is doing okay, which I do okay. I'm not gonna hide that. I don't live like a hermit, guys. You know what I mean? I don't live like a hermit, you know? There you go, buddy. I love spoiling my buddy. I love Blaze. Blaze is he's my homie. He's my homie. It's just me and Blaze in my house. Just me and Blaze in my house. I love my dog. I love him. There you go, buddy. And he is spoiled as hell. He's spoiled as hell. But I don't mind spoiling him because he's a good dog. He's really a good dog. He doesn't bark unless he sees a rabbit in the yard or something like that, or a stranger comes to the door. Other than that, he's nice and chill, doesn't give me any issues. Potty trained, doesn't go in the house. I picked out my daughter picked him out when me and her mom divorced. So my daughter picked him out. And it's kind of funny because when she saw him being advertised at the rescue, his name was Frankie. So she was like, "Dad, his name is Frankie. You gotta go check him out." So yeah, guys, like I say, so I don't advertise, to my family how much money I have and things of that nature. I don't share intimate details of my financial life, but my family know, but they just know how I am about money. They know I save. They know I'm an investor, and I've been doing it for years and years and years. So they know I'm not broke. I live in a nice home. I have 2 paid off cars. I got a paid off Harley motorcycle, you know. So my family knows that I do okay. And I'm not gonna hide, I'm not gonna hide that I'm not broke. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not going to not go on nice vacations. I'm not gonna not buy myself nice things if I choose to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not a flashy guy. That's not me. I'm not a flashy guy. I don't do flashy things, but I still like nice things when I like nice things. You know, one thing I like to spoil myself with, I like to go out for a nice dinner like once a month. I love going out for a nice dinner. And if that dinner costs me $300 or $400, I don't mind spending 300 or 400 bucks on a nice dinner. That's how I like to treat myself. I like spending my money on experiences. I like going out and having a nice experience. You know, also it's like me being a season ticket holder to the Detroit Lions because I love my football team. My family knows I do nice things. I can't hide that. Well, wait a minute. You can afford season tickets to the Lions, but you don't have $100 I can borrow. That's the mindset of some people. But it's my money. I don't have to lend it out. You know what I mean? I don't have to lend it because it's my money. It's not your money. I work for this money. I invest my money. I save my money. My money isn't for other people. It's for me, and that shouldn't give them the right. They're not entitled to my money because it's my money. But no, I don't share intimate details with my family about how much money I have and things of that nature because that's none of their business. But I can't hide the fact that I'm not broke. They know I'm not broke. You know, like I said, even when I was younger, even before I started investing and got really financial literate, I was still a saver even back in the days. I was still a saver with my money. I was still a saver. Even though I spent money foolishly, I was still a saver. And I'm a saver to this day at 53 years old. I'm a saver. I believe in saving and I believe in investing because the only way you can build wealth is by investing your money. Otherwise, you are not going to build wealth if you don't invest your money. It just won't happen because your money will not keep up with inflation. Your money will not keep up with inflation if you don't invest it. It just won't. So, yeah, I just wanted to explain that to you guys because some of the comments I got about the individuals, family member asking me for money, people were like, nobody would know how much money I have, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I don't share how much money I have. I don't share that. But again, people know I work every day. My family know I work every day. They know I have a good paying job. They know I'm a saver. They know I'm an investor. So, I can't hide that fact, And even though I don't talk to them about saving and investing anymore because it's like it goes in one ear and out the other. And none of my family members, since I've been on this train over the last 15 years, investing my money, not one family member has asked me to help them start investing. Not one. Not one. And they see I'm doing well in my life, but nobody has asked me to help them to start saving and investing money. That's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? You got somebody with the wealth of knowledge that I've developed over the years, almost 2 decades, because I've taught myself all of this about the stock market, about debt, about credit, all of this. All the components around wealth building, real estate, all of this. And not one person in my family has actually asked me to help them to start investing money. That's a damn shame. You have someone that's a phone call away, a text message away, with a wealth of knowledge, and nobody's picking my brain. But I have strangers pick my brain. People I work with pick my brain. I've helped strangers open up brokerage accounts. I've helped people I work with start their 401ks. But nobody I work with has asked me to help them start investing money. That's a damn shame. But you know what? It's on them. It's on them. It's not on me, it's on them. Because I always tell people, no one is going to spoon feed you. No one is going to spoon feed you. I can take you like they said, you can take an individual to the water, but you can't make them drink. I can give you the information, but I can tell you the information, but I can't pull the triggers for you. You have to be able to do it yourself. Individuals have got to go seek the information. If no one's gonna no one's gonna pull you along, no one is gonna spoon feed you, unless you're my buddy Blaze and I feed him apples and peanut butter. And they're right, buddy. And they're right. Yeah, but no one's gonna spoon feed you. You have to go and you have to want to seek that information. Otherwise, nobody's gonna give it to you. You know, I hate when people say, you know, I don't have the information or I wasn't privy to the information. These days and time, no one should have that excuse. With cell phones, laptops, computers, iPads, the internet, anything you want to learn about wealth building is fingertips away. And if individuals don't go out and seek that information, shame on them. So, guys, yeah, I just wanted to have that quick conversation with you guys real quick. As always, please remember to like the video, share the video, and most important, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Frank Talks Money. And with that, always remember, financial decisions you make today will impact your financial life tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Frank Talks Money, Frank and Blaze, we out of here.